Picture this: a moonlit excavation on the Aegean coast, where the earth smells of salt and history. The rhythmic crash of waves echoes in the distance, mingling with the soft murmur of the archaeologists as their tools scrape against ancient stone. The marble underfoot is cool and smooth, faintly glistening with dew, while the briny breeze carries whispers of secrets long buried beneath the sand. The archaeologists are weary, yet electrified, their torches casting flickering shadows over ancient stones. Beneath their feet lies the discovery of a lifetime, a forgotten temple, its marble steps veiled in ivy and mystery. The inscription on the threshold, barely legible after millennia, reads, "To Hecate, Keeper of the Keys." This name, whispered in hushed reverence throughout antiquity, belonged to the goddess of magic, witchcraft, and the liminal spaces where one world meets the next. Inside the temple, fragments of blackened pottery, faint traces of sacrificial fire, and intricate carvings of three-faced statues tell a story long buried under layers of time. The three faces, representing the past, present, and future, embody Hecate's role as the guardian of transitions and liminal spaces. Each face gazes in a different direction, as if to oversee every possible path a traveler might take at life's crossroads. These carvings, with their hauntingly detailed expressions, suggest a deep reverence for the goddess's ability to guide mortals through moments of uncertainty and transformation. Who worshipped here? What rituals unfolded under the watchful gaze of the moon? And why, in a world dominated by tales of Zeus, Athena, and Apollo, had this sanctuary been abandoned to oblivion? The temple's very existence challenges the narrative we've long embraced, inviting us to peer into the shadowy corners of Greek mythology that have remained unexplored. This is the allure of the unknown, the tantalizing possibility that myths we think we know hold secrets yet untold. We are drawn to these forgotten tales like moths to a flame, compelled by the whispers of gods and heroes who never made it into the mainstream canon. The myths of Hecate and her ilk are not the grand epics of Homer or the polished tales of Ovid. They are raw, fragmented, and often unsettling, but they pulse with an energy that feels strikingly contemporary. They speak of magic and transformation, of choices made at crossroads, and of the thin veil separating the seen from the unseen. When we think of Greek mythology, our minds often leap to the glittering heights of Mount Olympus, where Zeus hurls thunderbolts, Aphrodite stirs passions, and Hermes flits between worlds with winged sandals. These stories have been retold for centuries, their characters as familiar to us as old friends. But what of the myths that lurk in the shadows? What of the deities and spirits who did not bask in the Olympian spotlight, but whose influence rippled through the lives of ordinary Greeks? Consider the Erinyes, the vengeful Furies who haunted those guilty of familial bloodshed, or Morpheus, the enigmatic god of dreams who shaped the sleeping minds of mortals. These figures are not mere footnotes to the grand tales. They are the beating heart of a mythology that embraced the complexity of human existence. Their stories remind us that Greek myth was not just about triumph and glory, but also about the inescapable pull of fate, the weight of guilt, and the hope for redemption. The purpose of this journey is to uncover these lesser-known myths and bring them into the light. We will traverse the shadowy realms of the underworld, tread cautiously into the domain of primordial deities, and decode the symbols left behind in ruins like the Temple of Hecate. Along the way, we will draw connections between these ancient tales and our modern lives, exploring how their themes of choice, mystery, and transformation remain as relevant today as they were thousands of years ago. Why are we so fascinated by what lies hidden? Perhaps it is because the unknown holds the promise of discovery, the thrill of solving a puzzle that has eluded others. In the case of Greek mythology, the forgotten stories offer a counterpoint to the well-trodden paths of the Olympians. They invite us to ask questions about the nature of belief, the power of storytelling, and the ways in which we construct our understanding of the past. Take, for instance, the tale of Hecate herself. While she is often depicted as a sinister figure associated with witchcraft, her role in ancient Greek religion was far more nuanced. In Hesiod's Theogony, she is portrayed as a benevolent goddess, granted dominion over earth, sea, and sky, wielding power unmatched by many Olympians. In rituals such as the Diapnon, offerings were left at crossroads to honor her as a guide and protector of souls. Hecate's association with torches, often carried by her in ancient depictions, symbolizes her illumination of the unknown, guiding mortals through darkness, both literal and metaphorical. This duality of fearsome sorceress and compassionate guardian reflects the human struggle to reconcile uncertainty with hope, a theme that remains profoundly relevant. She was a protector of travelers and a guide for souls at the crossroads of life and death. In many ways, she embodies the tension between fear and reverence, a duality that resonates in our own grappling with the unknown. Modern depictions of witches, from pop culture to spiritual practices, owe much to the shadowy legacy of Hecate. Her myth reminds us that what we fear often holds the key to what we seek. This book is not just an exploration of forgotten myths. It is an invitation to journey through time and imagination. Each chapter will delve into a different aspect of these stories, from the cryptic symbols found in ancient ruins to the whispered legends that have survived in folktales and rituals. We will explore the lives of deities who did not reside on Olympus, but who shaped the Greek worldview in profound ways. We will trace the threads of these myths through history, art, and culture, uncovering their echoes in our own lives. The recent discovery of the Temple of Hecate serves as both a metaphor and a starting point for this journey. It reminds us that myths, like the temple itself, are often hidden beneath layers of time, waiting to be uncovered and reinterpreted. This discovery serves as a poignant symbol of the forgotten stories that lie just beneath the surface of history, challenging us to question what else might be hidden and how these ancient narratives continue to shape our understanding of human existence. Just as the archaeologists brushed away centuries of dirt to reveal its secrets, we will peel back the layers of time to uncover the myths that have been obscured by history. These are stories that demand our attention, not because they are easy or comforting, but because they challenge us to think differently about the past and our place within it. What can these myths teach us about our modern dilemmas and the choices we face at our own crossroads? So, let us begin. Let us step into the twilight where myth meets memory, and where the forgotten gods of Greece await their moment to speak once more. In their stories, we may find not only a deeper understanding of the ancient world, but also a mirror reflecting our own hopes, fears, and desires. The journey promises to be enchanting, awe-inspiring, and, above all, unforgettable. Among the many stories that echo through the halls of Greek mythology, few resonate as deeply as the tale of Pandora's box. It is a story that captures the duality of human nature, our insatiable curiosity, and the unintended consequences that often follow. According to Hesiod's account in Works and Days, Pandora was the first woman, crafted by Hephaestus at Zeus's command, as a punishment for humanity's theft of fire. She was gifted with beauty, wit, and charm, but also burdened with a sealed jar, often mistranslated as a box containing all the evils of the world. When Pandora, unable to resist her curiosity, opened the jar, she unwittingly unleashed suffering, disease, and death upon the world, leaving only hope trapped inside. But what inspired this tale? Could there be a historical or archaeological basis for Pandora's myth? Recent discoveries suggest tantalizing possibilities. In 2019, archaeologists unearthed a trove of intricately decorated clay vessels in the ruins of an ancient settlement near Pylos. These vessels, dating back to the Mycenaean period, circa 1600 to 1100 BCE, bear images of women in elaborate garb, surrounded by symbols of fertility, life, and death. One vessel, in particular, features a depiction of a woman opening a lidded jar, from which a plume of smoke or mist emerges, a striking parallel to the Pandora myth. This discovery raises intriguing questions. Could these jars have been used in rituals, symbolizing the unleashing of both blessings and curses? Might they represent the precarious balance between human curiosity and the sacred mysteries of life? The imagery of plumes emerging from the jar evokes a vivid sense of both beauty and danger, emphasizing the fragility of human existence when faced with the unknown. Pandora's story, much like these artifacts, reminds us of the ancient Greek fascination with the boundaries between mortal knowledge and divine will. Her tale continues to resonate today, echoing in debates about the ethics of scientific discovery, the consequences of unbridled curiosity, and the enduring power of hope amidst adversity. If Pandora's myth explores the consequences of curiosity, the tale of Persephone delves into the cyclical nature of life itself. Persephone, the daughter of Demeter, goddess of agriculture, was abducted by Hades and taken to the underworld to be his queen. Her mother's grief plunged the world into an endless winter, depriving humanity of sustenance. Eventually, a compromise was reached. Persephone would spend part of the year with Hades and the rest with Demeter, a cycle that mirrors the changing seasons. The myth of Persephone is a profound meditation on themes of loss, transformation, and renewal. It reflects the ancient Greeks' deep connection to the agricultural cycle and their understanding of life's fragility and resilience. This connection becomes even more poignant when we consider recent archaeological discoveries at the sanctuary of Demeter and Kore in Eleusis. Excavations have revealed altars, votive offerings, and inscriptions dedicated to Demeter and Persephone, shedding light on the Eleusinian mysteries, secretive rituals that celebrated the bond between mother and daughter, and promised initiates a glimpse of life beyond death. One particularly striking find is a series of marble reliefs depicting scenes from the myth. In one panel, Persephone is shown emerging from the underworld, her face serene yet shadowed by the weight of her journey. Another shows Demeter extending a hand to her daughter, the wheat she holds symbolizing the return of life and abundance. The intricate textures of these carvings, from the flowing robes of the goddesses to the etched stalks of wheat, capture the emotion and detail of the myth. These images, carved with exquisite precision, offer a glimpse into how the ancient Greeks envisioned this myth's emotional and spiritual depths. In a modern context, Persephone's story continues to inspire. It speaks to the human capacity to endure and adapt, to find meaning in cycles of loss and renewal. As we grapple with environmental challenges and the changing rhythms of our world, the myth of Persephone reminds us of the delicate balance between destruction and growth, grief and hope. Her tale, like the seasons, illustrates the beauty of resilience in the face of inevitable change. No exploration of Greek mythology's emotional resonance would be complete without the poignant tale of Orpheus and Eurydice. Orpheus, the legendary musician whose songs could charm gods and mortals alike, descended into the underworld to retrieve his beloved Eurydice after her untimely death. His music softened the hearts of Hades and Persephone, who agreed to let Eurydice return to the living world on one condition: Orpheus must not look back at her until they had both emerged into the light. Tragically, doubt overcame Orpheus, and he turned to glimpse her just as they reached the threshold. Eurydice vanished, leaving Orpheus to wander the earth in mourning. This story of love, loss, and the fragility of trust has captivated audiences for centuries. Recent archaeological discoveries in Thrace, a region traditionally associated with Orpheus, have added a new dimension to this myth. In recent days, researchers have uncovered tombs containing the remains of a man and a woman buried together. The tomb's walls are adorned with intricate carvings that appear to depict scenes from the Orpheus myth. A lyre, a pair of figures walking hand in hand, and a shadowy figure retreating into the darkness. The discovery has sparked debate among scholars. Was this couple deliberately buried to evoke the myth of Orpheus and Eurydice? Could the lyre symbolize not only Orpheus's musical prowess, but also the enduring power of art to bridge the gap between life and death? The carvings themselves reveal a haunting beauty, with shadows and light playing upon the figures to evoke a sense of movement and emotion. These questions invite us to consider how myth and reality intertwine, shaping the ways in which ancient peoples understood love, loss, and the afterlife. Orpheus's tale remains profoundly relevant in the modern world. It explores the limits of human resilience, the inevitability of loss, and the transformative power of art. In a time when technology allows us to connect across vast distances, yet often leaves us yearning for deeper connection, Orpheus's longing for Eurydice feels achingly familiar. His story reminds us that love's beauty lies not only in its triumphs, but also in its vulnerabilities. The universality of Orpheus's heartbreak continues to inspire art, literature, and music, reminding us of the timeless bond between love and sorrow. The myths of Pandora, Persephone, and Orpheus are more than just stories. They are windows into the ancient Greek psyche, reflections of timeless human experiences, and sources of inspiration for contemporary life. Through recent archaeological discoveries, from the clay vessels of Pylos to the reliefs of Eleusis and the tomb in Thrace, we gain fresh insights into these enduring tales, uncovering new layers of meaning and connection. As we continue this journey through the forgotten corners of Greek mythology, let us remember that these stories are not relics of a distant past, but living narratives that continue to shape our understanding of the world. They challenge us to confront the mysteries of existence, to find beauty in imperfection, and to seek hope in the face of adversity. What can these myths teach us about our modern dilemmas? In their resonance, we discover not only the legacy of the ancients, but also the enduring power of myth to illuminate the human condition. In the rich tapestry of Greek mythology, the threads of love, loss, betrayal, and redemption are woven so intricately that they form a mirror reflecting the deepest aspects of human nature. These myths, though born in a world vastly different from our own, resonate with a universal truth. The experiences and emotions they depict are as relevant today as they were thousands of years ago. Consider, for instance, the tale of the Trojan War, where love and betrayal intertwine to ignite a conflict that reshapes the world. Recent archaeological discoveries near the ancient city of Turkey's Hisarlik, believed to be the site of Troy, have added new dimensions to this legendary conflict. Artifacts unearthed in the region, bronze weapons, fragments of fortifications, and tablets bearing inscriptions, paint a vivid picture of a city that may indeed have witnessed a cataclysmic struggle, blending myth with history in profound and tangible ways. In the story of Helen of Troy, we find an exploration of love's power to inspire both creation and destruction. Her abduction by Paris is a moment of betrayal that sets in motion a war lasting 10 years. Yet beneath the epic battles lies a more intimate narrative. The consequences of choices made in the throes of passion, the devastation wrought by jealousy, and the quest for redemption through acts of courage and sacrifice. These themes remain deeply relevant in modern life, where love and betrayal continue to shape personal relationships and global events alike. They remind us of the enduring complexity of human emotions and their capacity to drive both triumph and tragedy. One of the most evocative symbols in Greek mythology is the labyrinth, a structure so intricate that even its creator, Daedalus, barely escaped it. Built to confine the Minotaur, a creature born of betrayal and hubris, the labyrinth represents the complexities of the human mind and the challenges of navigating life's moral and existential mazes. The myth of Theseus, who ventures into the labyrinth armed with Ariadne's thread, speaks to the human capacity for courage, ingenuity, and the yearning for guidance in times of uncertainty. Recent archaeological work on Crete, particularly at the Palace of Knossos, has shed light on the historical roots of this myth. The sprawling ruins of the palace, with their intricate corridors and ceremonial chambers, bear a striking resemblance to descriptions of the labyrinth. Frescoes depicting bulls and ritualistic scenes suggest that the story of the Minotaur may have originated in Minoan religious practices and their veneration of the bull as a sacred symbol. These discoveries remind us that myths often serve as vessels for cultural memory, preserving the rituals, fears, and aspirations of ancient societies. In modern contexts, the labyrinth continues to captivate our imaginations. It appears in literature, art, and psychology as a metaphor for the human journey. The labyrinth's winding paths reflect our struggles with indecision, our quest for self-discovery, and the challenges of untangling the complexities of life. Whether in the form of physical mazes in public gardens or the psychological concept of navigating one's inner turmoil, the labyrinth remains a potent symbol of the human condition, offering both challenge and solace in its intricate design. Few symbols in mythology are as universally inspiring as the phoenix, the mythical bird that rises from its ashes to begin anew. While not exclusively Greek in origin, the phoenix appears in Hellenistic literature as a powerful emblem of resilience and transformation. According to myth, the phoenix lives for centuries before building its own funeral pyre, only to emerge reborn from the flames. This cycle of death and renewal has resonated across cultures and eras, offering hope in the face of adversity and an enduring reminder of life's cyclical nature. Recent findings from an excavation near Delphi, the ancient seat of the oracle, have unearthed pottery fragments bearing images of a bird engulfed in flames. Scholars suggest that these depictions may have been linked to rituals celebrating cycles of renewal and the eternal nature of life. The phoenix's association with Delphi, a place of prophecy and divine insight, underscores its role as a symbol of continuity and hope. In contemporary culture, the phoenix's symbolism endures in narratives of personal and collective transformation. From literature to film, the motif of rising from the ashes resonates in stories of overcoming hardship, rebuilding after destruction, and finding strength in renewal. In a world increasingly marked by challenges, from climate change to social upheaval, the phoenix reminds us of our capacity to rebuild and thrive. It stands as a beacon of resilience, urging us to confront adversity with the promise of rebirth. Archaeology has been instrumental in uncovering the symbols embedded in Greek mythology, offering new perspectives on their meanings and cultural significance. Recent excavations in sites such as Eleusis, Delphi, and Knossos have unearthed artifacts that bridge the gap between myth and history, allowing us to decode the ancient stories in fresh and meaningful ways. One such discovery is a series of votive offerings found at Eleusis, including miniature labyrinths, phoenix figurines, and engraved tablets bearing cryptic inscriptions. These objects provide a glimpse into the spiritual practices of the ancient Greeks, revealing how they used symbols to navigate their relationship with the divine. The labyrinths, for instance, may have served as meditative tools, guiding participants through rituals of self-discovery and transformation. The phoenix figurines, often placed in burial contexts, suggest a belief in the soul's ability to transcend death and achieve renewal. These tangible artifacts breathe life into the myths, connecting us to the very people who once sought meaning through these symbols. Greek mythology's themes and symbols continue to inspire artists, writers, and musicians, weaving ancient wisdom into the fabric of contemporary culture. The rediscovery of ancient sites and artifacts has sparked a renaissance of interest in these timeless stories, encouraging creators to reinterpret them in new and innovative ways. For instance, the discovery of a mosaic in the ruins of a Roman villa in Turkey, depicting scenes from the Iliad, has inspired modern visual artists to explore the interplay between myth and memory. Musicians, too, have drawn on Greek mythology to craft compositions that evoke its emotional and spiritual depths. From operas recounting the tragedy of Orpheus and Eurydice to modern electronic music inspired by the cyclical nature of the phoenix, these works demonstrate the enduring power of myth to speak to the human experience. They reveal how ancient symbols and stories continue to resonate in the creative expressions of our time. Ultimately, Greek mythology serves as a mirror, reflecting both the ancient and modern human condition. The themes of love, loss, betrayal, and redemption are not confined to the past. They are woven into the fabric of our lives, shaping our stories and aspirations. The symbols embedded in these myths, the labyrinth, the phoenix, and countless others, continue to resonate, offering guidance, inspiration, and a sense of connection to something greater than ourselves. As we delve deeper into the forgotten myths of Greece, we uncover not only the wisdom of the ancients, but also the timeless truths that unite us across the ages. These stories remind us that while the world may change, the human spirit endures, forever seeking meaning, resilience, and transformation. The echoes of ancient wisdom, carried through the myths and symbols of Greece, invite us to reflect on our own journeys, offering a timeless dialogue between past and present. Greek mythology has undergone a profound renaissance in contemporary media, captivating audiences through its timeless narratives and universal themes. Films like Troy, 2004, Percy Jackson and the Olympians, 2010 to 2023, and Wonder Woman, 2017, have brought mythological figures and stories to the forefront of popular culture. Meanwhile, television series like Clash of the Gods and Blood of Zeus have reimagined these ancient tales with modern sensibilities, blending traditional elements with cutting-edge storytelling techniques. Literature, too, has embraced this mythic revival, with best-selling novels such as Madeline Miller's Circe and The Song of Achilles offering nuanced, character-driven retelling of classical myths. What makes these adaptations particularly fascinating is their grounding in recent archaeological discoveries. For example, the depiction of the Trojan War in Troy draws heavily on findings from Hisarlik, the site believed to be ancient Troy. Excavations revealing layers of fortifications and signs of siege warfare lend credence to Homer's epic as a blend of myth and history. Similarly, Miller's Circe draws inspiration from pottery shards and temple ruins dedicated to lesser-known deities like Hecate and Circe, showcasing how archaeology breathes new life into forgotten corners of Greek mythology. Artifacts unearthed at these sites provide tangible links to the ancient stories, allowing creators to reconstruct not only the physical environments of myth, but also the cultural and spiritual atmospheres of their time. In adapting these stories, modern creators navigate a delicate balance, honoring the spirit of the original myths while reinterpreting them for a contemporary audience. This duality has allowed these tales to retain their cultural significance while engaging with modern issues such as identity, gender, and morality. This careful interplay of tradition and innovation ensures that the enduring wisdom of Greek mythology continues to resonate across generations. The concept of heroism, central to many Greek myths, has evolved dramatically in modern retelling. Ancient heroes like Achilles, Odysseus, and Perseus were often defined by their physical prowess and divine favor. However, contemporary interpretations emphasize the internal struggles and moral complexities of these characters. For instance, in the Song of Achilles, Achilles is not merely a demigod warrior, but a deeply flawed and vulnerable individual grappling with love, destiny, and the cost of his choices. These depictions humanize larger-than-life figures, making them accessible to modern audiences. This shift reflects modern concerns about identity and self-discovery. Today's audiences are drawn to stories that explore the psychological depth of heroes, making them more relatable. Recent discoveries at Mycenaean sites, such as linear bead tablets referencing Achilles and other legendary figures, have reinforced the idea that these myths may have been grounded in real historical events and individuals. By integrating archaeological insights, creators provide a richer, more authentic portrayal of heroism as both an external and internal journey. This nuanced exploration of identity aligns with a broader cultural shift towards understanding the complexity of human experience and the diverse factors that shape it. Themes of love and betrayal, pervasive in myths like those of Helen and Paris or Jason and Medea, have found new resonance in modern adaptations. The Netflix series Blood of Zeus explores the consequences of divine and mortal love, intertwining betrayal and redemption in a narrative that echoes ancient tragedies. Similarly, contemporary novels like Jennifer Saint's Ariadne reframe these tales from the perspective of female characters, shedding light on the often overlooked experiences of women in mythology. These reinterpretations align with modern movements toward gender equity and the reevaluation of historical narratives. Archaeological findings, such as frescoes depicting women in roles of power and prominence in Minoan and Mycenaean societies, challenge the traditionally patriarchal interpretations of Greek myths. This evidence enriches modern retelling, allowing them to explore the complexities of relationships and power dynamics with greater nuance. Through these lenses, the ancient stories are not only reimagined, but also recontextualized to reflect contemporary values and societal progress. The tension between fate and free will, a recurring theme in Greek mythology, continues to captivate modern audiences. Stories like Oedipus's tragic attempt to escape his destiny or Persephone's cyclical descent into the underworld invite reflection on the human condition and our struggle to reconcile agency with inevitability. Recent archaeological studies at Eleusis, the site of the Eleusinian Mysteries, have illuminated ancient rituals associated with the myth of Persephone and Demeter. These findings suggest that the Greeks saw fate not as an immutable decree, but as a complex interplay of divine will, human action, and cosmic cycles. Modern adaptations, such as those in Rick Riordan's Percy Jackson series, draw on these ideas, presenting fate as a challenge to be understood and navigated rather than merely accepted. This perspective invites audiences to engage with the ancient themes in ways that feel deeply personal and relevant, encouraging them to consider their own roles in shaping their destinies. What is it about Greek mythology that continues to resonate so profoundly in the modern world? Part of the answer lies in its ability to address universal human experiences. Myths like those of Orpheus and Eurydice, or the trials of Hercules, offer timeless insights into love, loss, perseverance, and redemption. These stories remind us of the shared struggles and triumphs that define humanity. Recent archaeological discoveries reinforce this timelessness by revealing the depth and complexity of ancient Greek society. For instance, the discovery of burial sites in Thrace, where couples were interred together with symbols associated with Orpheus and Eurydice, highlights how deeply these myths permeated daily life and cultural practices. These findings offer a poignant reminder that the myths we cherish today were once living traditions, deeply woven into the fabric of human existence. By examining these cultural artifacts, we gain a richer understanding of how these stories shaped, and were shaped by, the values and beliefs of their time. Mythology as a cultural bridge. Greek mythology serves as a cultural bridge, connecting the ancient and modern worlds through storytelling and historical discovery. The reinterpretation of myths in contemporary media not only keeps these stories alive, but also ensures their relevance for future generations. By blending archaeological evidence with creative imagination, modern creators honor the legacy of these myths while making them accessible and meaningful to today's audiences. Moreover, the collaborative efforts of archaeologists, historians, and artists have enriched our understanding of Greek mythology, allowing us to appreciate its enduring impact on global culture. Whether through blockbuster films, best-selling novels, or groundbreaking discoveries, the myths of ancient Greece continue to inspire, challenge, and unite us, bridging the past and present in a timeless dialogue. This interplay of history and creativity demonstrates the unique ability of myths to transcend their original contexts and find new life in diverse cultural landscapes. As we explore the evolution of Greek myths in modern media, we are reminded of their remarkable adaptability and enduring relevance. These ancient stories, born from the imaginations of early civilizations, have transcended time and space, finding new life in the hearts and minds of contemporary audiences. Through film, literature, and art, they continue to illuminate the human condition, offering wisdom, inspiration, and a sense of connection to something greater than ourselves. In the rediscovery and reinterpretation of these myths, we find not only a link to the past, but also a pathway to understanding our own world. Greek mythology remains a testament to the power of storytelling, a timeless flame that burns brightly, guiding us through the labyrinth of existence and reminding us that, like the phoenix, we too can rise from the ashes to begin anew. Throughout this exploration, we have embarked on a labyrinthine journey into the recesses of forgotten Greek myths, unearthing tales that have long lain buried beneath the sands of time. These narratives, often eclipsed by the grand epics of Olympian gods and celebrated heroes, reveal a tapestry of wisdom, enigma, and profound relevance. From the shadowy crossroads where Hecate's followers whispered their incantations to the haunting lament of Orpheus echoing across time, these myths illuminate the universal human experience in unexpected and enduring ways. The role of recent archaeological discoveries in reviving these stories cannot be overstated. the unearthing of Hecate's temple, the sanctuary of Demeter at Eleusis, and burial sites adorned with depictions of Orpheus and Eurydice breathe life into these ancient tales, connecting them to tangible artifacts and sacred spaces. These findings bridge the divide between myth and history, transforming these narratives from mere literary constructs into reflections of the lives, beliefs, and aspirations of ancient societies. Each artifact, from an intricately carved statue to a weathered temple column, adds a layer of depth to our understanding, allowing us to engage with these myths as living traditions. At their essence, Greek myths are far more than ancient stories. They serve as mirrors reflecting the complexities of the human condition. They inspire us to grapple with the intricate dance of love and loss, the inevitability of transformation, and the timeless tension between fate and free will. These myths challenge our notions of heroism, morality, and identity, offering perspectives that remain deeply relevant in contemporary discourse. Consider the myth of Pandora, which explores the duality of human curiosity and its unforeseen consequences. This tale invites reflection on our own pursuit of knowledge and the responsibilities that accompany it. Similarly, Persephone's descent into the underworld symbolizes cycles of transformation and renewal, resonating with anyone who has experienced profound personal change. Orpheus's tragic journey to retrieve Eurydice stands as an enduring testament to the power of love and the bittersweet nature of hope. Archaeological findings enhance these narratives, providing tangible evidence of their importance to ancient societies. The sacred rituals at Eleusis, where initiates sought profound insights into life and death through the myth of Demeter and Persephone, reveal how myths transcended storytelling to become vital components of spiritual practice. Artifacts from these sites, whether ceremonial vessels or intricately carved reliefs, speak to the resilience of the human spirit and the universal themes that these myths embody, themes that continue to inspire and challenge us across millennia. Greek mythology endures because it speaks to the shared experiences of humanity, transcending cultural and temporal boundaries. These myths, born in the ancient world, have influenced literature, art, philosophy, and popular culture for centuries. They provide a framework for examining life's mysteries and challenges, offering solace, wisdom, and inspiration to those who delve into their depths. Modern adaptations highlight this enduring appeal and adaptability. Films, novels, and television series reinterpret ancient tales for contemporary audiences, infusing them with relevance while preserving their timeless themes. For instance, Madeline Miller's Circe reimagines a minor character as a powerful protagonist, while Blood of Zeus draws on archaeological findings to create an authentic yet innovative narrative. These retellings, enriched by recent discoveries, deepen our connection to these myths and ensure their continued resonance in a rapidly changing world. One of the most exciting aspects of Greek mythology is its endless capacity for discovery and reinterpretation. Each archaeological find, whether a fragment of pottery, an ancient inscription, or the ruins of a temple, unveils new dimensions of these myths. These discoveries remind us that mythology is not a static relic, but a living tradition, constantly evolving as we uncover more about the cultures that created and cherished these stories. For those eager to explore further, the resources available are as vast as the myths themselves. Classic works like Edith Hamilton's Mythology and Robert Graves's The Greek Myths provide foundational insights, while modern retellings like Natalie Haynes's A Thousand Ships offer fresh perspectives. Documentaries such as The Greeks, Crucible of Civilization, and archaeological sites like Delphi, Knossos, and Mycenae provide immersive experiences that bring these stories to life. Each resource and discovery invites us to engage with these myths in new and meaningful ways. As we reflect on this journey, the timeless nature of storytelling stands as one of mythology's most profound legacies. Myths are more than ancient relics. They are threads weaving together the fabric of human experience. They connect us to our ancestors, who pondered the same existential questions under the same starry skies. They remind us that while civilizations rise and fall, the fundamental questions we ask and the emotions we feel remain remarkably consistent. Greek mythology, with its rich pantheon of gods, heroes, and mortals, exemplifies the enduring power of stories to inspire, challenge, and unite. These myths are not merely echoes of the past, but bridges to the present, offering wisdom and wonder that illuminate the path forward. They invite us to imagine, to question, and to find meaning in the intricate web of existence. As we conclude, let this exploration serve as an invitation to continue the journey. Venture into the forgotten corners of Greek mythology. Seek out the stories that resonate with your own experiences, and let the wisdom of the ancients illuminate your path. The myths, timeless and vibrant, await those who dare to listen, their voices echoing through the ages with secrets yet to be revealed. Ultimately, the legacy of Greek mythology lies not only in its ability to endure, but in its capacity to evolve. These stories speak anew to each generation, offering insights and inspiration that transcend time. In their echoes, we find not only the reflections of our past, but the promise of our future, a testament to the power of the human imagination and the eternal allure of the unknown.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey through mythology and history, don't forget to like the video. It really helps others discover this content. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an epic story. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and tell us what you think about this tale and what mythological or historical legends you'd like us to explore next. Your ideas shape this channel. See you in the next adventure.
One of the most exciting aspects of Greek mythology is its endless capacity for discovery and reinterpretation. Each archaeological find, whether a fragment of pottery, an ancient inscription, or the ruins of a temple, unveils new dimensions of these myths. These discoveries remind us that mythology is not a static relic, but a living tradition, constantly evolving as we uncover more about the cultures that created and cherished these stories. For those eager to explore further, the resources available are as vast